I'm Conrad Bahr, C-Red, and it's time for another Pigskin preview. Today we will be looking at the 2024 football season for the Alba-Golden Panthers. We'll get right into the preview after this word from C&M Building Supply.
Are you a weekender building that retirement getaway? Or a handyman trying to save a little extra? Or even a contractor needing a reliable supplier? Well, look no further than C&M Building Supply on the north side of the square in Alba. They've been in business since 1975 and can provide all your building needs. They have plenty of, and lots of, and a great selection of, and of course, stop by and see Steven and the crew and let them load you up or deliver to your site. Or give them a at 765-2770. C&M.
The Alba-Golden Panthers are under the direction of head coach Drew Webster. They're in District 9, 2A, Division 1, Region 3. They returned 10 starters on offense and 10 starters on defense. Last year they went 7-4 overall, 3-3 in district, and they were by-district finalists. I had the chance to sit down with head coach Drew Webster. Here's my interview with the coach. All right, we got head coach Drew Webster here from Alba-Golden. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
This is interview number 3 with you, so can't believe it's already been year 3. But anyway, and I know you've been at Alba-Golden a few years. Obviously, we have new people at Alba-Golden, new people in KWJB country. Just give a brief introduction about your background and your coaching history while you're at Alba-Golden.
Oh, yeah. This is year 8 here, and this is year 6 as the AD and head football coach. We just got a growing community, man. It's been awesome here. The turnaround as far as building the program and getting it in the way that we want it. It's shown results around here with our kids. Our kids are awesome. Our community is even better, and it's been a fun part to be a part of. I think every team last year in our program made the playoffs or regional runs of some sort. So it's a great time to be a Panther, and so that's what we're most excited about.
Well, tell us a little bit about your off season. Tell us about your workout programs and what have you and your staff hoped to get accomplished? At least through end of the school year last year. Part of the summer, kind of expand on that.
Yeah, for us, we really the springboard for the next year we always feel is January 1. And so track season is, I think, a big kicker for us. We embrace that. Our whole program does. And now we are the 4-time district champion in track. We are we won all district championships, junior high through high school, both sides, girls and boys. So we really feel like that's a spring step into the upcoming year because, that's where your speed and your strength and everything really starts and your winning culture. And we've done that for a couple of years now. And so I think that's led to the success that we've had in the fall as well. In the weight room, our guys have embraced that. And we've gone to where we're to the point to where we're growing animals now instead of just trying to mold kids. Now we're just being able to just grow them, and you get to see that on Friday nights.
All right, tell me about some kids that you and your staff are going to depend on this year, or some pieces that you're excited about coming back.
Yeah, every year you have to kind of go back and reevaluate what you have. I mean,
sure.
We lost 2 or 3 players that we thought would be big impact players. You lose a quarterback that's been in the system for 3 years and understood it, and Easton Campbell, and then you can't replace athletes like Peyton Dickinson and Jake Hallman. They don't walk around here very often.
Yes,
but
sir.
The great thing is people forget we were sophomore heavy in major positions. We're returning over 200 tackles and 2 kids in Mason Smith and Cameron Lennon. I've always said I thought our front 7 was pretty good, especially when you got big bodies like Jackson Carver and Pierce Phillips and guys like that inside, and Leighton Williams. I mean, you got the state powerlifting qualifier down there as a sophomore. It's only going to be a junior this year. I mean, so I always feel like our front 7 is going to be good, but then you turn around and look out, and we've had 2 years in a row where we've had 16-plus interceptions in the back end with Wyatt Sutton and Garrett Wright back there just making plays. And so our offense is going to be one of those where we're not changing much. We've been physical up front. We've got a well-anchored line where we've got everybody coming back that's had varsity experience. And, now we just got to have the person that's going to call a game and be back there in Sam Olsen. And we feel comfortable in him. We got a million different ways to skin the cat. I think that's been the greatest thing about our coaching staff is we're not one-dimensional, and our guys do a great job of preparing. Coach Clements and Coach Cobble are always on their toes, looking for ways to just get a little bit better. But it's going to be the same scheme, just a little bit different way in which we go about it.
Obviously, some coaches going into different off seasons make different changes, things like that. As far as like scheme, personnel wise, what do you feel like you've done differently this off season that you haven't in your 8 years here?
Yeah, well, I feel like again, it's not that we are changing the whole scheme; it's changing the output. Last year we did a lot of the offensive side where if we were pulling it to throw RPOs, things like that. It's going to be more of your triple option now, your running quarterback system. We've got 3 guys that can go back there and do the same thing, and they're all capable. We return a good core of skill position players too. We return Boogie Trimble out there outside. Wyatt Sutton is a force that can take you deep. He had the 85-yarder against Rivercrest to seal the deal. Those guys are back, and we will have a different scheme. This year is going to be different on the defensive side because we've got a new defensive coordinator, and he's going to bring in a system. Coach Sieber is going to bring in a system that is going to fit these kids, and we're excited. He's going to be aggressive style on the defensive side. It's tough losing Coach Stack because he was here to help build this, but we wish him the best in everything that he's doing, and we're proud to be able to say that he was a Panther. But again, it's kind of like you said, every year there's some form of change, but we're excited about change. We're embracing the change. So we just took this offseason and really attacked what's our strength. Our strength is going to be our numbers and our ability to do certain things on the ground with a more triple option base, a more downhill running attack.
All right, kind of expand on your additions to the staff that you just mentioned and how you think your new defensive coordinator is going to benefit your team.
It's going to be great. It was late, but it was one of those things where our staff was almost all in place. Luckily, we're bringing back everybody except Coach Stack right there. And, we put it out there, and Coach Sieber, he has been in a private school. He's got 35 years in the military. So the thought process that we've had from day one about being disciplined and having guys in here that have the same mindset, he fits that mold.
Yes, sir.
He's an aggressive style 4-2-5 defensive guy. So it kind of fits what our mold is with our guys up front. And of course back there, again, having linebackers that can run, and we're sneaky athletic on defense. Some people forget that,
Yes,
Luke Jones has been phenomenal for us on both sides of the football, carrying the rock, but he also turns around and has 65 tackles on the season. It's one of those where there's not an A and then a F player. It's an A minus, and so we've worked so hard to build that. And I feel like having the continuity in the staff and the same people back and familiar faces every year that have the same goal, that's the key of our program. That's the key to our success, I believe, is just having the same voices and able to continuously do it every year in and year out.
Yes, sir. And then can you kind of expand on last season? I know we called your game against Beckville.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that knocked you guys out. But talk. I mean, and it was a rainy game.
Yeah, absolutely.
but anyway, just talk about your season overall and what you thought last season.
It was a successful season. We look at it, and if you were to be the outsider looking in, and you look at the schedule and you know about football, you look 4 losses. Well, 2 of them were to top 5 in the state at the time in Cooper and Honey Grove. At the time, we lost to Wolf City by a touchdown. They were top 15. And then, of course, Beckville with Jacoby. I mean, that's just a freak athlete. And, and I thought that they played hard. We may have come out on the wrong end. But, when you look at the schedule overall, we did things the way that we should. And I think it's one of those things where it's been consistent.
Yes, sir.
But the thing with our program and our kids is we've had winning seasons the last 3 years, which is something that we're trying to build on. But
Absolutely.
it's not now we don't want to be 500 or just winning. We want to be able to knock that door down and be able to do things and be looked at as a perennial group in this region.
All right, now this is a redistricting year.
Yep.
So you also have some non-conference opponents that we were talking about. So tell us about your schedule. Tell us about what you're intrigued about on this upcoming redistricting year and non-district schedule.
Well, it's awesome. I mean, 8 years ago when I came here, we were everybody's homecoming. And then, we got into the thing where we were having to find games with people that we felt like we could compete with.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think we've gone undefeated the last 2 years in our pre-district, but this year is totally different. If we want to be better in district, we've got to up the game in pre-district. So
Yes, sir.
we're playing a lot of teams that we've never even played before. Overton is coming to. We're going to Overton, and they made a deep run last year. I think they ended up losing only one game on the season. They've got all-state players coming back, a receiver, quarterback. It's going to be a great test early on, and going to test our physicality more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mount Enterprise. I mean, they run that slot T, and they do it well. And it's one of those where they've got a lot of guys coming back that are very good, and so being able to be able to go on, have them at home, and again, physical tests. That's our big thing. We want to be physically ready to play district, and that's what our pre-district is. We had the change in our schedule where we're playing Ore City and
Yes,
going
sir.
to Ore City, and their new head coach there is bringing that slot T Tatum offense there. So again, it's just going to be one of those things where we're going to have to be fundamentally sound to be able to be competitive in all these games. Of course, you have homecoming with James Bowie here, who's another physical test before you start district. And when we get into district, it didn't change much, but you lose Wolf City and you gain Pewitt. And some people are like, well, that might be great, but Pewitt's got a strong tradition, and they don't take to losing real well, so they're going to be angry and hungry and everything like that. I feel like our schedule works out well to where we play Como-Picton, and then we have a big game against Rivercrest. It always is. It's been a one-score game the last 3 years, and the winner of that game has gone to the playoffs. We have those two guys, and then we get a bye, and then we have to take the big dogs on head on back-to-back weeks with Honey Grove and Cooper, and then we have a huge one after that against Pewitt here at our place. Before, and don't sleep on Bowles because again they were young last year, and you never know what you're going to get over there at Bowles. They're gonna be able to mismatch you up. So our schedule is going to be more difficult than what it is, but I think our kids are ready to attack that, and I feel like that they're ready to take the naysayers and be like, hey, look, it wasn't just a joke because of who we're playing. They want to put that AG on the map, and that's been their focus all spring.
All right. Anything you got for the Alba-Golden community going into year 8, and anything else you got for KMU?
First of all, we love KMU, and we love the coverage they give us. No matter what the sport is, it's always awesome, and we love the energy that this community gives us. We may have one stands, but it's filled up every Friday night.
Yes, sir.
We've got community members that are just pour into these kids, and it's so awesome. We've been able to start things and do things here. The 4-day week has been awesome, and these people showing up on Fridays, whether it's a community pep rally or whether it's out here on the fields. I mean, it's been awesome to be a part of this community, and I wouldn't change it for anything. But I just want them to know that this year they need to come out. We were 11 for 11 last year, and we're about to do it again, and we want their support, and we're just glad to be a part of this community and be able to show what these kids can do day in and day out.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time, and good luck this season, and we'll see you soon.
All right, thanks, sir.
Yes, sir. The Alba-Golden Panthers will begin their 2024 football season on the road versus the Overton Mustangs. I want to thank head coach Drew Webster for taking the time to sit down with us for this preview. I also want to thank C&M Building Supply for sponsoring this Alba-Golden Pigskin preview. Tomorrow we will begin our next Pigskin preview with the 2024 football season for the Quitman Bulldogs, brought to you by Wesley House Assisted Living. I'm Conrad Bahr, C-Rad, and you've been listening to the Butler 7 Media Pigskin preview for the Alba-Golden Panthers. Thanks for listening and have a great evening.
Are you a weekender building that retirement getaway? Or a handyman trying to save a little extra? Or even a contractor needing a reliable supplier? Well, look no further than C&M Building Supply on the north side of the square in Alba. They've been in business since 1975 and can provide all your building needs. They have plenty of, and lots of, and a great selection of, and of course, stop by and see Stephen and the crew and let them load you up or deliver to your site. Or give them a at 765-2770. C&M.